Alright, so last video we had hit arms at the new powerlifting gym. If y'all ain't see that video, go check it out. It was absolutely peak. But originally this was supposed to be a whole deload week. But like I just said, we was at a new gym. So why would I go ahead and do lightweight purposely? It just doesn't make sense, my nigga. But today we're at our original gym hitting chest and shoulders, and we just decided to do a deload for the rest of the week, which we needed anyway, I'm not gonna lie. So if you are new to the channel, our main focus is strength training, staying between the 5 to 7 rep range, and progressive overload. You know what I'm saying? If we can do a weight for 7 reps 9 times out of 10, we're probably gonna up the weight. We usually would do that for 2 to 3 weeks straight, and then you have weeks like this where we would drop the weight and stay between the 10 to 12 rep range with a decent weight. We're still progressive overloading on these weeks, right? We're still progressive overloading, but that's not our main focus. It's less aggressive. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, our focus is getting a decent weight, not too heavy, not too light, and staying between 10 to 12 reps. You know what I'm saying? That is our goal, not progressive overloading. You know what I'm saying? Of course, we don't forget to do it, but that's not our main objective. So we've been doing this like back and forth split for, I want to say, like 2 months, maybe a little bit over 2 months. We originally seen somebody on TikTok doing this split. I can't even remember bro's name. I'm not gonna lie, cannot remember bro's name. But yeah, we originally seen somebody doing it on TikTok, and we just decided to try it out. And it's been paying off. I'm not gonna lie, it's been absolutely paying off. Like, don't get me wrong, you can absolutely make a lot of gains staying between the 5 to 7 rep range with heavy weight. If you could literally just look at my channel. We've literally been making gains every week, every other week, every month, guaranteed, by staying between the 5 to 7 rep range. You know what I'm saying? Absolutely gotten way stronger since we started this channel, just from doing that. But with me personally, if you genuinely are training hard, genuinely training to failure with heavy weight, progressive overload, me personally, I get fatigued, bro. You know what I'm saying? My body, I can only put so much stress on my body. You know what I'm saying? So I can only do it for, at max, I would say, like 3 weeks in a row. 3 weeks in a row, I can strength train. That's about it. Once I get to the 4th week, you know, the weight just doesn't go up anymore. I might be stagnant. I might hit a plateau, and that just means, you know what I'm saying, I'm fatigued, bro. My CNS is fried. It's been fried damn near all month. So once I start feeling like that, or weaker, or, you know what I'm saying, stuff like that, I know it's time to do a deload week. You know what I'm saying? So these are very helpful. I usually think of like strength training as like sprinting, and then these deload weeks are more like a marathon. You know what I'm saying? With strength training, it's more of like, can I do this weight, and can I do this many reps? You know what I'm saying? That's like my mindset of strength training. Can I do this weight, and can I do it for this many reps? Versus this deload, I know I can do this weight. You know what I'm saying? 130, 140, 150, I know I can do the weight. It's more of, how long can I keep doing this? You know what I'm saying? How long can I keep pushing the weight with good form? How you know what I'm saying? Like I said, it's a marathon. So my mindset is completely different when I'm doing these, when I'm strength training versus these deload weeks. My mindset is completely different. You know what I'm saying? But I'm actually seeing gains from doing this. It's more of like when I do these deload weeks, the contraction, muscle mind connection, the pump is better. I wouldn't say everything is better, but little things like that is way better, especially the muscle mind connection. Doing strength training and then going back to lightweight, you know what I'm saying? The muscle mind connection that you get is absolutely crazy. Like, absolutely crazy. I am not gonna lie. Which kind of makes more sense, because when you're doing heavy weight, of course you're using like say I'm doing pull-ups, right? Say I'm doing pull-ups with strength training. Of course I'm using my back, right? But I'm not just using my back. I'm using like, I might use a little bit of momentum, or I might use like a little bit of momentum, right? Versus a deload week, when you're doing lightweight, you're not, there really isn't no momentum being used. You're taking it out. You shouldn't be using no momentum if you're doing lightweight. You know what I'm saying? You're actually using, the muscles are actually getting used. You know what I'm saying? Like a pull-up, you're gonna actually, if I do a lightweight right with pull-ups and I go slow and controlled on the negative and squeeze at the top, that pump and feeling and muscle mind connection is going to be completely different versus if I slap on 2 45-pound plates and do pull-ups with that. I'll still get a pump. You'll still feel it in your back, but it's just a whole different feeling. You know what I'm saying? So doing these weeks, when I'm switching off and on, is it feels like a whole different, it's just a whole different ball game, bro. I'm not gonna lie. And it's really hard to explain how you feel. Well, I kind of just explained it, but I kind of did just explain it, but it's hard how it feels, how these weeks feel, bro. But they are beneficial. I'm not gonna lie, they are beneficial. Nothing beats getting the reps in. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, you can make a lot of gains from staying between the 5 to 7 rep range, but truly, I don't think anything is going to beat you getting the reps in, bro. And when I say reps, I don't mean 15, 20, 100 reps. Like, that's not what I mean. I don't mean the more reps, the better. That's not what I'm talking about. But picking a decent weight, not too heavy, not too light, and getting a nice amount of reps in with a nice amount of sets and progressive overload every other week or every week, yeah, you're going to get gains as well. Your gains are going to be absolutely crazy if you do that as well, bro. So these weeks, they are boring, but they are essential at this time. At this time that at this phase that we're at right now. At this phase that we're at right now, these weeks are essential. They're boring, but they are essential. I'm not gonna lie, because like I said, I can do strength training and train hard for like 3 weeks until my body is like, okay, my nigga, like, I'm getting stressed. I'm getting stressed out. You know what I'm saying? It doesn't matter how much sleep I get. It doesn't matter my diet. It doesn't matter none of that shit. Like, your body, listen to your body. You have to listen to your body sometimes. And I'm big on that. I'm not gonna lie. I'm big on listening to my body. If my body is like, you know what I'm saying, like, nah, nigga, we not doing this, then we're just not gonna do it. You know what I'm saying? We'll do it next week or something. So I'm big on listening to my body. So these weeks, like I said, they're boring, but they are essential. And I'm not gonna lie, it's like I said, we're progressive overloading as well. So it's only going to be boring for a little while. You know what I'm saying? Because a couple months from now, when we do deload weeks, it's going to be a decent amount of weight to the average person. You know what I'm saying? Right now, it's kind of eh. But a few months down the line, our deload weeks are going to be with some decent ass weight. I'm not going to lie. And that shit is going to blow people. But yeah, this lift was cool. All our reps and weight went up this whole deload week, right? That's another thing that we have to do, because our main focus is strength training. So, and we keep track of all our lifts, right? So our strength training and our notes is up to date. You know what I'm saying? It's up to date. We're not missing nothing. Like, everything is accurate. Versus our deload week, we might look at our weights. It might say like 90 pounds for 10 reps. If we put on 90 pounds, we're hitting that shit for like 15, 16 reps. You know what I'm saying? So we got to get up to date with our deload week and our notes, our lifts. Not our deload week, our deload lifts. We need to, you know what I'm saying, get that organized. But other than that, yeah. So the rest of the videos for the week, back and legs, should be a deload, lightweight. They'll be boring, but hey, like I said, they're essential. But yeah, I'm gonna wrap this video up. This video is pretty quick, nothing too crazy. But yeah, I think I'm gonna catch you on the next vid.